Hey, it's John with Vision Advisors. Welcome to another Insight with Vision. We're still in the month of April. It's still Financial Literacy Month, and I want to bring an additional resource to bear that may help you, especially if you're focusing on reaching out to young people. And that's the Council for Economic Education. A number of financial advisors are always looking for an opportunity to give back to their community. I spent some time teaching in a private Christian school. My focus was financial education and financial wellness. And I had an opportunity to teach some things to those young people in the 2 or 3 years that I taught in that program as a volunteer. Once a week, I would spend an hour with them, teaching them the basics of budgeting, how to buy groceries, how to buy a car, how to buy a home, how to get on a budget, how to avoid debt, and if they do get into debt, how to pay that debt off. And just doing those things with those young people, working them through some exercises, reading through some books together, and teaching them to manage money. I had an opportunity now to come back and run into some of these now adults with their own children. And many of them have come back and thanked me for taking the time to educate them and giving them knowledge that most people in the public school and even in the private school systems don't get. So this is an opportunity here for you to do something unique and different, an opportunity to give back. One of the things that I found was as I educated the young people in the school, they would go home and they would tell their parents what they were learning. The parents would reach out and would have questions to me. And as a result of that, not even asking for an appointment, I had the opportunity to pick up a number of those families as clients to sell them life insurance, disability income, to do investing with them, and other things that they needed from a financial perspective, but also to provide education and resources for them. And that little act of giving, that little act of, as my mentor John Maxwell says, adding value, gave me an opportunity to pour back into the lives of students that in turn poured back into the lives of their families and really made their life better. In fact, I have one young man that I mentored years and years ago that became a client later on. And to this day, he's very successful with children of his own. And from time to time, he'll still pick up the phone and call me when he's getting ready to make a financial decision just to ask a question and to get my advice. Now, that's the power of influence. That's the power of being an educator. And it's an area that I think is overlooked in the financial planning arena. So as we focus this month on financial literacy, and we're doing this across the United States through a number of amazing organizations, just like the Council for Economic Education you see on the screen before you. There's some unique resources here that you can have access to as well. And I hope that you're taking the opportunity to reach out to your clients and to do some educational events with them. And I hope you're looking for opportunities to connect with schools in your community, other resource centers that you could speak into the lives of people and to give back a little bit to your community. That investment is like a seed that over time will grow and will bring forth fruit. And you've got an opportunity to use this amazing month to raise the awareness level of people so that they don't make bad money decisions. Time can be your enemy, but it can also be your friend. And if we can teach people early to make wise money decisions, time becomes their friend because the power of compounding interest over time can be absolutely amazing. But time can also be your enemy if you get into debt and you don't manage paying that debt off. And that consumer debt, especially credit card debt, continues to increase at the astronomical rates those card companies charge. Time can be an enemy. And helping people understand the power of compounding, pro and con, is a great first start to a financial conversation. So whatever it is you're doing this month, congratulations. You're making a difference in the lives of people. You're changing their financial reality, not just today, but you're changing their financial reality for tomorrow in a much bigger and amazing way that you may never personally see. But for them, it's going to be the difference between just surviving life and thriving in life. So I want to applaud you for the efforts that many of you that are listening to this podcast are doing. And I want to encourage you to continue. And don't just do it for 1 month. Make it a part of who you are and what you do. Going forward, I think amazing things can happen if we as financial service professionals take the knowledge that we have inside of us and pour it into the lives of other people. That's called leadership. And I think it's interesting. One of my favorite sayings from John Maxwell is this. He says, if you think you're leading and no one's following, you're only taking a walk. So how are you leading in the area of educating as it relates to financial matters in your community? I hope you've got a great following and that following continues to grow, because as your following grows, the opportunity grows with it.